Hello students, now in this video we are going to discuss about 11th standard computer science chapter 1 introduction to computers part 6. Now in this video we are going to discuss about output devices. You know what is meant by output is? What is meant by output? The result comes out of the computer is known as a output. Okay, that is the information given to the computer is known as a input. The information get from the computer is known as a output. How we can get the output through your device? By using the output devices. What are the output devices we are using? Monitor, speaker, floaters, printers. These are all known as the output devices. Okay. Now in this video class we are going to discuss about the output devices one by one. Okay. So first we discuss about what is meant by monitor. So monitor is the most commonly used output devices to display the information. So monitor is known as the common output device connected to your computer. Okay, it looks like a TV. Pictures on your monitor are formed with picture element called pixels. So what is meant by pixels? A small dot appear on the monitor is known as a pixels. Okay, so we can able to see the pictures with the formation of pixels only. Monitors may either be monochrome, which displays text or image in black and white, or can be color monitors, which display results in multiple colors. There are many types of monitors available, such as CRT, that is cathode ray tube, LCD, liquid crystal display, and LED, light Video graphics card helps the keyboard to communicate with the screen. So the one of the most common output devices monitor. Okay, from this monitor how you can view the pictures with the formation of pixels. What is meant by pixels? A small dot appear on the monitor is known as a pixels. So monitors can be either the monochrome monitor or the color monitors. Monochrome monitors means we can able to see the text or images in black and white only. Okay, in color monitors we can able to see all the colors on the screen. So there are different types of monitors also available. There are three different types of monitors, that is CRT, LCD and LED monitors. What is the expansion of CRT? Cathode ray tube, LCD liquid crystal display, and LED is light emitting diodes. Okay, so the monitors uses VGA card. So if you want to work on graphics and animation effort, we must include this video graphics array card to your computer. Okay, so it acts as an interface between the computer and the display monitors. Usually the recent motherboard incorporate built-in video card. So in olden days computer we must add extra VGA card, video graphics card to your computers. Nowadays computers the VGA card are inbuilt cards. So no need to buy a separate VGA card to your computers. Okay, so the first computer monitors was part of the Xerox Alto computer system, which was released on March 1, 1973. The first monitor computer was the first part of the Xerox Alto computer system. So these are the different types of monitors. Okay, these are the different, that is LCD, LED and CRT tube monitors. Okay, now you can see about flatters. So flatters are mostly used for taking the print for uh, large size papers or banners. If you want to take print, then we can use a flatters. Okay, flatters is an output device that is used to produce graphical output on papers. Okay, so see this in this example, in this paper we are getting the one map diagram as a output. Okay, it uses single color or multicolor pens to draw pictures. So plot is mainly used for taking printout for large size graphical output. Okay, on papers it uses either we can have single color plotters or we can use multicolor pens to draw a pictures. Okay, so now you can see about the next output device, that is printers. We know printers are used to take a hard copy of your output. There are two different types of outputs. No, one is soft copy, another one is hard copy. So what is meant by soft copy? When you see the output on your monitor itself. Okay, the first output device we discussed, monitor. No, can see the output in monitor is known as a soft copy. So what is the difference between your soft copy and hard copy? Hard copy means we can take permanent output copy, that is we can take a output in printers, through printers, print out papers. Okay, so if we take output on the paper, then that is known as a hard copy. If you see the output on monitor, then that is known as a soft copy. Then we can use a printer to take the hard copies of your output. So printers are used to print the informations on papers. Printers are divided into two main categories. Here we can divide your printers into two main categories: impact printers and non-impact printers. So what is the difference between impact printers and non-impact printers? Impact printers are striking of hammers or pins on ribbons. It makes some noise. So each and every time the pins are used to strike the ribbon, then only we can able to get the printer. Okay, so this printers can print on multi-part using carbon papers by using the mechanical pressure. For example, dot matrix printers and line matrix printers are impact printers. A dot matrix printers that prints using a fixed number of pins or wires. So we can use in this type of printers, they are having some set of pins. Through that pins only we can able to take the printout. Here what is the drawback means, we are not able to give different types of font style in this printers. We can use the font style, what is the font styles available in pins, that same font styles only you can able to take the output also. But what is the advantage? We can able to take multi copies at a time by using the carbon sheets. Okay, so each dot is produced by a tiny metal rod, also called a wire or pin, which works by the power of a tiny electromagnetic or solenoid, either directly or through a set of small levers. It generally prints one line of a text at a time. Second. So per second, how many characters it is able to print? From 30 to 1550 characters it is able to print per second. Okay. Line matrix printers use a fixed print head for printing. Basically, it prints a page wide line of dots, but it builds up a line of text by printing lines of dots. So, how the characters are formed? The characters are formed based on the dots. Okay, so based on the dots only the text can be formatted. So line printers are capable of printing much more than 1000 lines per minute. So a single minute, how many lines can able to print? 1000 lines, resulting in thousands of pages per hour. This printers also uses mechanical pressure to print on multi-part using carbon papers. So in impact printers, what is the mechanism is used? Here we can use so striking of hammers on pins on ribbon. You can take the printout. Okay. Okay. Now you can see the next. Now you can see the examples of impact printers. Okay. Dot matrix and line printers. So non-impact printers. These printers do not use striking mechanism for printing. They are use electrostatic or laser technology. quality and speed of these printers are better than the impact printers. So non-impact printers are laser printers and the inkjet printers or non-impact printers. What are the example of impact printers? Dot matrix and line printers. Okay, non-impact printers examples are laser printers and the inkjet printers. Now you can see the laser printer. So laser printers mostly work with similar technology used by the photocopiers, that is Xerox machine. It makes a laser beam scan back and forth across a drums inside the printers. Building up a pattern, it can produce very good quality of graphics images. One of the chief characteristics of laser printers is their resolution, how many dots per inch. The available resolutions range of around 1200 dpi. That is approximately it can print 100 pages per minute. Okay, so per minute it can print 100 pages. So laser printers can work without noise. Okay, how it can be work? It work based on the photocopier's mechanism, that is laser beam scan back and forth across a drum inside the printers. So inside the printer they send the laser beam. So across that drum you can send the laser beam to take the printout. You can produce very good quality of graphic images. Okay, so you can see the images with a better quality. One of the chief characteristics of laser printer is their resolution, how many dots per inch. So how the resolutions can be measured? Per inch number of dots is increased means then quality of the picture is also increased. So the available resolutions can possible to print 1200 dots per inch. Okay, so approximately it prints 100 pages per minute. So now you can see the inkjet printers. So inkjet printers use color cartridges. So we can use either color or monochrome cartridges. Okay, so inkjet printers use color cartridge which combine magenta, yellow and cyan inks to create color tones. A black cartridge is also used for monochrome output. So inkjet printers work by spraying ionized ink at a sheet of papers. Okay, so how this printer can take printout? It just spread ionized ink at a sheet of paper. Okay, the speed of inkjet printers generally range from 1 to 20 ppm, that is page per minute. They use the technology of firing ink by heating it so that it explodes towards the paper in bubbles, or by using piezoelectricity, in which tiny electric currents controlled by electronic circuits are used inside the printers to spread ink injet speed. And inkjet printers can spread millions of dots of ink at the paper every single second. Okay, so in laser printer they pass laser beam through the drums, we can take the printout. Okay, in inkjet printers we use cartridges, and that time of taking printout it just spread the ionized ink throughout the paper. Okay, so monochrome, if you are taking monochrome means it shows only the black and white colors. Color cartridges means it shows all the colors by using the combination of magenta, yellow and cyan inks. Okay, so now you can see the speaker. If we want to take voice output from the computer, then we can use a speakers. So speaker produce voice output. Using speaker along with speech synthesize software, the computer can provide voice output. This has become very common in places like airlines, schools, banks, railway stations, etc. Okay, so speakers, why we need a speaker? If we want to take voice output from your computer, then we can use a speaker. Okay, so the speaker can commonly used in airlines, schools, banks, railway stations, etc. Okay, multimedia projectors, if we want to show your output in big screen, then we can use a multimedia projectors. So multimedia projectors are used to produce computer output on a big screen. These are used to display presentations in meeting halls or in classrooms. So in our school we are using meeting hall to show the week of the prayer. No, for that for that they are using projector to show the screen in big to show the output in big screen monitors. Okay, okay, now we see the next topic, that is booting of computers. First we know what is mean by booting process. So when we switch on the computer, some process is going on. Can able to see that one? No, after that only we can get the is known as a booting process. On that time, what is going on? The computer can check whether the hardware and software connected to that system is ready to work. Okay, so it first check all the softwares and the hardwares is ready to work. If it is ready, then it show them a desktop. If any problems on that software and hardware, it show the message the OS is not working, or the keyboard is not connected to the system, or the mouse is not connected to the system. That messages can be displayed before going to the desktop. Okay, so booting process means it check whether all the devices connected to the computer is ready to work, as well as the software is ready to work. Okay, the checking process is known as a booting process. Okay, now you can see the definition given in your book. An operating system is a basic software that makes the computer to work. When a computer is switched on, there is no information in its RAM. At the same time, in ROM, the pre-written programs called POST, Power on Self Test, will be executed first. This program checks if the device like RAM, keyboard, etc. are connected properly and ready to operate. So what is the things is going on booting time? It just check all the connected peripheral devices as well as software is ready to work. If these devices are ready, then the BIOS, basic input output system, gets executed. This process is called booting. Okay, so the process of checking hardware and software is ready to work is known as a booting. Okay, now the OS gets loaded and will get executed. So booting process is of two types. So booting process can be classified into two types. One is cold booting, another one is warm booting. Okay, so first you understand what is the meaning of booting process. Booting process means it first check when we switch on the computer, some process is going on. No, what is the process is going on? That process is check whether your device is ready to work. That is RAM, keyboard, mouse, all the hardware devices as well as the software OS installed to the computer is ready to operate. Okay, this checking process is known as the booting process. Okay, booting process is of two types. One is cold booting, another one is warm booting. So what does mean by cold booting means when we first switch on the computer, it checks all the things together. Okay, that is when the system starts from initial state, that is it is switched on. We call it cold booting or hot booting. When the user presses the power button, the instructions are read from the ROM to initiate the booting process. Okay, so it checks all the things from beginning. Okay, that is known as a cold booting. And then warm booting means when the system restarts, or when reset button is pressed. We call it warm booting or soft booting. The system does not start from initial state, and so all diagnostic tests need not be carried out in this case. There are changes of data loss and the system damage as the data might not have been stored properly. So cold booting means it starts from the, if you want to press reset button, that time warm booting can be done. In warm booting, no need to check all the process once again. It just to check what are the things needed. Okay, that recovery files alone will be checked and again returned to the desktop. Okay, so this type of testing is known as a warm booting. Okay, so that's all about this first lesson. So thank you. Okay, that's all about the first lesson. Thank you, students. We meet in the next video class.